Kirkin Review print speaking to the blind, celebrating 40 years of audio newspaper production. Welcome to this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast, recorded at the Bishopbriggs Media Centre by our amazing volunteers. You can get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using @QuenReview. That is @CuenDandreview. You can also contact us directly by emailing information@QuenReview.com. That is INFORMATION@CuenDreview.com, or by calling 0141 772 3976. That's 0141 772 3976.
This week's podcast, published on Wednesday the 1st of March 2024, is read to you by volunteers Alan, Corey, Hunter, Ian, Philip and Rebecca. The future of Bishopbriggs. Consultation is taking place to help support investment, economic activity and the creation of jobs in Bishopbriggs. Planning guidance has been developed for the Westerhill regeneration area, and views are being sought on the draft guidance, which will provide a master plan to direct future growth, attract new investment and deliver long-term employment opportunities. This supports East Dunbartonshire Council, EDC, £34.9 million Place and Growth Programme, backed by £50 million each from the UK and Scottish governments through the Glasgow City Region City Deal. The £1.13 billion City Deal is an agreement between the UK and Scottish governments and 8 local authorities across Greater Glasgow. The master plan is a long-term, overall framework for the development of land parcels that will support investment in the area and future planning applications. It has been shaped out by public consultation carried out in 2023, as well as site investigations, surveys and ongoing work with agencies, landowners and local businesses. Once adopted, the Westerhill planning guidance will become part of the current local development plan. Long-term objectives of the master plan include supporting and enabling investment to create jobs, the creation of a high-quality commercial land use area which capitalises on its natural assets and is well connected, the protection and enhancement of the high and low moss areas and peat soil, and the creation of green links. It is also hoped to see the refurbishment of the vacant buildings and improvements to the existing Westerhill industrial estate, as well as health and wellbeing improvements via path accessibility, active travel, public transport and open spaces. Road improvements are also expected to be part of the plans. Councillor Lowe added, it also seeks to protect the local environment, promote sustainability and provide better connections. Please take the time to visit the webpage and get in touch if you can. The City Deal programme will see an integrated approach to improve infrastructure within East Dunbartonshire and the north of Glasgow, with Bishopbriggs Town Centre regeneration, the delivery of the Westerhill Development Road and a master plan for Westerhill at the heart of it. You can find out more and have your say by heading to www.eastdunbarton.gov.uk/Westerhill-2024. That's www.easterhill-2024. The closing date for comments is May the 6th. This week in history. May the 4th, 1974, ABBA reached the top of the pop charts with Waterloo, the Eurovision Song Contest winner. On this day last year, supermarkets were predicted to see more than £200 million of extra sales in the lead up to the coronation of King Charles. May the 5th, 1980, the SAS stormed the terrorist-occupied Iranian embassy in Knightsbridge, killing 4 gunmen and rescuing 19 hostages. On this day last year, a female artist, Eileen Hogan, was chosen to paint the coronation service for the first time in history, it was announced. May the 6th, 1966, Ian Brady and Myra Hindley, the Moors murderers, were found guilty at Cheshire Assizes and sentenced to life imprisonment. On this day last year, King Charles III's coronation took place at Westminster Abbey in London. May the 7th, 1945, Germany surrendered unconditionally to the Allies at Reims. On this day last year, thousands of people across the country joined in with coronation big lunch celebrations, including Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. May the 8th, 1970, the Beatles' final album, Let It Be, was released. On this day last year, as coronation celebrations continued, around 6 million people took part in the Big Help Out by joining volunteering projects in their communities. And that was This Week in History, read by me, Ian McKenna.
Hospital recognised with award. NHS Golden Jubilee's commitment to the armed forces has been recognised again after winning Employer of the Year at the Scottish Veterans Awards. The annual awards recognise veterans who are doing great things in their communities and organisations who do everything they can to support the armed forces. Nurse Sandy Byrne, who was the Royal Navy's top reserve recruit of the year for 2023, was also shortlisted in the awards for Reservist of the Year. The Jubilee provides a range of support and policies for members of the armed forces, including work-life balance policies which provide increased flexibility and leave. By regularly engaging directly with the armed forces, Erskine Care and Board military champions, they aim to raise awareness of the health and care career opportunities available to veterans and their families. Built on the site of the former Bearsmore shipping yard, NHS Golden Jubilee has strong historic links to the armed forces and proactively explores several areas of work in line with the Scottish Government's framework for increasing service leaver and veteran recruitment into health and care in Scotland. Jubilee Chief Executive Gordon James said, "We are honoured to be named Employer of the Year and we're delighted to accept the award on behalf of past, present and colleagues from across the Armed Forces family. Our Armed Forces colleagues and their families have made the biggest sacrifices as part of their commitment to serve our country, and since we first opened our doors in 2002, we have been proud to do everything we can to support veterans, reservists and their families. We have always recognised the value of the transferable skills which these individuals bring to our workforce and the direct benefit this has for patients from all across Scotland. As we continue our wider partnership with the Armed Forces, we continue sharing and learning new ways of working, resulting in transferable, innovative training and leading-edge solutions to improve services for Scotland's patients." Read by Rebecca.
Education Chief announces school inspections review. Scotland's Chief Inspector of Education has announced a review of school inspections. As His Majesty's Chief Inspector of Education in Scotland, Janie McManus said the upcoming review will look at the current inspection framework and approaches with the aim of developing a new quality framework and adapt and enhance approaches to school inspections. Outlining her vision for the review, Janie said, "I am pleased to initiate this critical review. We aim not only to evaluate the current school inspection frameworks and approaches, but also innovate and improve them to ensure inspection serves Scotland's education community. The review will explore various aspects of the school inspection process, including the How Good Is Our School 4th edition framework, activities before, during and following an inspection, and how findings are reported." Janie added, "Scotland's learners have always been at the heart of inspection and they will be at the heart of this review. Our goal is to ensure that the voices of all stakeholders are heard: learners, teachers, parents and carers. Their views are invaluable to foster an environment of continuous improvement that benefits children and young people. This review is pivotal to update our school inspection practices. I want to ensure that school inspections remain relevant, supportive and rigorous, fostering a culture of continuous improvement across Scotland's schools.
Council keen to see more taxi drivers on our streets. Are you ready to go places? East Dunbartonshire Council is encouraging applications for new taxi operator licences to increase the number of vehicles available locally. You don't even need to have a car or insurance before you apply. You can sort all of that when it is confirmed a licence will be granted. You can apply for up to 2 operator licences. Once confirmation has been given that all checks are complete, you will then need to submit full vehicle details including registration number, insurance information and proof of ownership prior to the licence being granted and plates being issued. Anyone who is intending to drive a taxi also requires a separate taxi driver licence from the Council. Councillor Gordon Lowe, convener of the Policy and Resources Committee and Council leader, said, "We're keen to increase the number of taxis available locally, helping to support residents, businesses and schools who rely on their vital services. Work is taking place to support the trade and encourage potential new operators, including flexibility as regards vehicle ownership and insurance before a licence is granted. If you're interested, please get in touch and find out more." You can find out more information and details of how to apply at www.eastdunbarton.gov.uk/taxi-operators.
Is your home set up best? Bar none. Aldi Scotland's popular Best Home Bar competition has returned for another year, with a year's supply of beer up for grabs. The retailer's search for Scotland's best home bar follows the success of last year's competition, which crowned Dumfries-based Bob Carter's Garage Bar the winning landlord, thanks to its rustic charm and detailed touches, including horse saddle bar stools and traditional hand pulls. Whether it's a garden shed transformed into a classic pub or a unique cosy corner in the home, Aldi Scotland will gift a 12-month supply of beer to the most inspired spot to enjoy an ice-cold beer at home. The winner can collect a selection of beers from the multitude of brewers who feature in the retailer's Scottish Beer Festival, giving them a chance to try locally produced, top-quality craft brews from all over Scotland. The Best Home Bar competition coincides with the launch of Aldi Scotland's Spring Scottish Beer Festival, which launched last week and will showcase everything from citrus IPAs to chocolate stouts, with prices starting from just £1.89. Aberdeen's Fierce Beer is one of the first hero brewers to feature as part of the campaign. Focused on producing unique and flavourful beers, Aldi was the brewery's first ever customer. Fierce Beer will be showcasing a range of fruity craft beers, including a light and zesty tangerine pale ale and a lemon meringue pie sour. The lineup also features beers from Cold Town Brewery, Loch Lomond Brewery and Glen Affric, with all products available to purchase in-store this week. Graham Nicholson from Aldi said, "We were so pleased with the popularity of our Best Home Bar competition last year, which shone a light on the creativity of Scottish consumers. The competition is a great way for us to introduce home bar owners to the very best Scottish brewers available on Aldi Scotland shelves. Entries will be judged based on creativity, originality, functionality and overall aesthetic appeal. The competition is open to all setups, from extraordinary garden bars to the more understated kitchen table. To enter, email photos or videos of your home bar setups to the Aldi website, along with the following details: full name and image of their home bar by May 16th. Read by Alan Todd. Play park is good as new. Children in Torrance are now spinning, sliding and swinging their way through spring thanks to the fantastic transformation of Torrance Main Street play area. Boasting an array of new equipment, The park design was voted for by the community and has been given the seal of approval by local children. Councillor Paul Ferretti, convener of the Council's Place, Neighbourhood and Corporate Assets Committee, officially opened the impressive new £70,000 play facility along with children from Torrance Primary School. The new play area, which was funded by East Dunbartonshire Council Capital Funding and the Scottish Government's Play Park Renewal Fund, includes equipment for children from toddlers up to age 12. Councillor Ferretti said, "This is a fantastic community facility which I am sure will be much used by local children and families for many years to come. The quality of equipment is really superb and will provide a safe and fun environment right in the heart of the village. This play area was built as a direct result of a consultation involving children and residents from the Torrance area. The fact that the final design was chosen by the community means that all the young people who participated can feel a sense of ownership over the play park. Children at Torrance Primary School were given the opportunity to choose their favourite design last year. The wider community was also invited to vote at a drop-in event last November. The new play park replaces the original one, which dated to 1979 and included just a small set of swings and a rocking horse. The fabulous new facility is now spread over 2 levels and includes 3 different types of swings, plus a jungle-themed central climbing frame which includes a slide and gymnastics rings. In addition, there is a new and improved rocking horse, a rotator, rotation log, dish roundabout and Springer hedgehog. A bright new safety surface has also been installed, as well as a bench for parents and carers and fencing around the area for the younger children. Proud day for the music man as he receives BEM. The founder of Campsie Accordion and Fiddle Club has been presented with a British Empire Medal. Billy Hutton received the BEM for services to music and to the community. Having founded and run the Campsie Accordion Fiddle Club at the Glazert Country Hotel in Lennoxtown for 30 years. The monthly club nights attract around 100 music lovers from the East Dunbartonshire area and further afield, with the National Association of Accordion and Fiddle Clubs awarding it the Club of the Year award 4 times. Billy himself has received the Club Supporter of the Year award 3 times for his dedication to providing his community with a night of great music every month from September to May since the club launched. Lord Lieutenant Jill Young presented Billy with his BEM on behalf of the King at an investiture in the council headquarters in Kirkintilloch. The Lord Lieutenant said, "For many years, Billy has shared his love of music with his local community, providing an opportunity for people to come together to be entertained or to perform. His commitment to the club has been unwavering, and this dedication has been recognised both in the awards he has received and also in his Medal of the Order of the British Empire. There are many elements to the work that I do as Lord Lieutenant, but meeting people like Billy, who have made such a positive impact on their communities, is undoubtedly the highlight." Provost Gillian Renwick added, "Billy was born and bred in Milton of Campsie, and is a well-respected and much admired member of the Campsie community, and indeed the accordion and fiddle community. Billy is often off visiting clubs all over the country, playing drums or listening to other performers. He has brought the music he loves to the people of East Dunbartonshire and will have undoubtedly touched the lives of many over the years. He is so well regarded that his club has written a song about him to honour his contribution over so many years. It was an honour to meet Billy and a great pleasure to welcome his family and friends to the council chambers to see him receive the BEM for his services to music and to the community in Dunbartonshire. The investiture was also attended by Vice Lord Lieutenant Miss Linda Moffat RD DL and Deputy Lieutenant Dr Jill Aitkenhead MBE DL on DED. Billy said, "I have always loved music. My father was a musician and my aunt a church organist. I think I have music in my genes. We had a band playing at our silver wedding anniversary party in the Glazert Country Hotel in Lennoxtown, and the idea of setting up a club came to me that night. I got some musicians together and we started the club, and we've been going strong ever since. We have a guest band come to play each month, and individual players also get up and perform for everyone. It's always a great night and I thoroughly enjoy it." Billy continued, "I am very honoured to receive the BEM and would like to thank my family, the club committee and the local community for all their support over the years." cleaning up is important. The Coastline Runner met with 60 primary school children at Twecker Primary School to educate, engage and inspire them to clean up the environment. Attending alongside Councillor Susan Murray, chartered environmentalist Luke Douglas-Home took a break from his efforts to raise funds and awareness of pollution to visit Twecker pupils as he ran the Forth Clyde Canal collecting rubbish. In a world drowning in plastic pollution, Luke is lacing up his running shoes and urging others to join him and make a difference. He has been covering the coasts of the UK as part of his mission to educate and engage with communities by running around much of the UK's coastline, collecting ocean-bound rubbish and meeting local people and councils to impact and influence their schemes that prevent ocean waste. Meeting Luke inspired the young people at Twecker Primary School, with pupil Lucy Boyle saying, "I learned about the importance of waste and picking up litter." Lily May Copeland added, "I now know to be mindful of the environment and about reusing things instead of throwing them away." Since launching in November 2021, he's run more than 700 kilometres of the UK's coastline and collected in excess of 670 kilograms of rubbish. Luke told the Herald, "It was wonderful to see the passion and engagement from the young people at Twecker. During my run along the Forth Clyde Canal, I encountered a troubling trend. Amidst the familiar offenders of cigarette butts, bottle tops and dog waste bags, I discovered a new menace: discarded electrolyte plastic drink sachets left behind by runners. It is infuriating to witness individuals engaging in healthy activities like running only to conveniently discard waste, thereby perpetuating environmental harm. Collecting rubbish and putting it in the bin as I run is a tiny action, something we can all do, and it's this idea of working together that has an impact. You can find out more at the coastlinerunner.com website."
More about Coastline Runner. In embarking on his efforts, Luke has covered the East Coast all the way from Lowestoft in Suffolk. The Coastline Runner meets local councillors, landlords, businesses and school pupils to find out and transmit what's going on at all levels. Small actions like ice cream vendors on the beach deciding not to give out plastic spoons make a huge difference to ocean plastics, as does improved signage and bin infrastructure. His mission is to share good work and influence others to follow. His day job is running a Future Without Rubbish CIC, an environmental impact consultancy that works with schools, councils, businesses and communities on improving environmental impacts. Luke wears Vibram shoes, who manufacture shoes with minimal waste, and Waterhall sunglasses made from recovered ocean plastic. You can find out more about Luke's efforts and findings by heading to the coastlinerunner.com and following him on social media at the Coastline Runner. That's the coastlinerunner.com, TheCoastlinerunner.com, and on social media at TheCoastlinerunner. A big map for Billy. Our love letter to the Big Ian. The National Theatre of Scotland is asking readers to help create a love letter from the people of Scotland to their favourite comedian. Billy Connolly's relationship with Scotland spans his extraordinary life and career over the last 80 years. NTS wants to create a map of all the places that have a personal connection to Billy by inviting people to share their stories, memories and photos to make a living tribute to the Big Ian. Billy Connolly toured the folk clubs, grand theatres and working men's clubs of Scotland from the 1970s, eventually going on to secure worldwide fame before retiring from live performance in 2018. Born at 69 Dover Street, Anderson, he worked the shipyards of the Glasgow's Clydeside in the 1960s before taking to the road with folk rock band The Humble Bums. He made his theatrical debut in 1972 at the Cottage Theatre in Cumbernauld, ahead of performing in the Great Northern Wellyboot show at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe that year. Billy first established himself as a star, selling out a run and breaking box office records at Glasgow's Pavilion Theatre in January and February 1974, returning to the theatre on many occasions. In January 1994, he undertook a world tour of Scotland on a Harley Davidson, taking him from Kelso to Kirkwall, with a stop off at Eton Court, Inverness, broadcast on the BBC later in the year. His love affair with his native country continued with his residence at Cardnacraig House in Aberdeenshire. Helping to promote the big map for the Big Yin is Gary McNair, writer and performer of Dear Billy, an NTS production which enjoyed a 17-venue Scotland-wide tour in 2023, reaching over 8,000 people. The show will once again be touring Scotland in May, with dates in Aberdeen, Glasgow and Inverness, followed by a run at this year's Edinburgh Festival Fringe from August the 13th to 25th. Gary said, "I'm delighted we are launching the big map for the Big Yin, where people can pin their own stories and connections to Billy. As we learned when interviewing people to make the show, everyone has something to say about Billy, whether it's a mere memorable meeting or a connection to his work. The great thing about the big map is that there is a space where people can continue to share and hopefully build an interactive document about what he means to us all. I'm beyond giddy to be bringing the show Dear Billy back so soon after its tour last year. It is a genuine honour to have been trusted to make this show. Billy is so important to so many people. That it was so well received was a dream come true. I can't wait to get back on the road with the band and meet new amazing audiences. For more details, or to share your stories and memories of Billy, visit whats-on-the-big-yin. Theatre's appeal. From the Clydeside docks to Hollywood and beyond, for the last 50 years Billy Connolly has travelled all over the world, bringing joy and laughter. Now the NTS wants to return that joy by sending its own love letter to Billy. A spokesperson said, "We all want to create a map of all the places that have a personal connection to Billy, to help us create a love letter from the people of Scotland to their favourite comedian. This isn't just about Billy, it's about the fans who've laughed, cried and connected with each other through his humour over the last half a century. Please share your stories, memories, photos and favourite jokes to help make this map a big yin." It will cost you if you buy alcohol for youngsters. A campaign to deter adults buying alcohol for children aims to build on its success when it returns this summer. It'll Cost You has run across Scotland for the last 2 years and will return this year from July the 1st to August the 12th. Evaluations of the previous campaigns have shown a steady increase in awareness about the implications of supplying alcohol to minors, but it remains a serious issue, with 18 detections being made during the course of the 2023 campaign. It is an offence in Scotland for an adult to buy or attempt to buy alcohol for someone who is under the age of 18. This is known as a proxy purchase and can result in a fine, imprisonment or both. The It'll Cost You campaign is a collaboration between Police Scotland, the Scottish Alcohol Industry Partnership and Community Alcohol Partnerships, and aims to raise awareness of the damaging effects and criminal nature of buying alcohol for under 18s. Superintendent Joanne McEwen of Police Scotland said, "This campaign showcases the benefits of key partners working together to inform the public of dangers associated with underage drinking, as well as the criminal consequences for supplying those under 18 with alcohol." The Scottish Alcohol Industry Partnership, SAIP, is a partnership of alcoholic beverage producers and representatives of the on-trade and off-trade in Scotland. Luke McGarty, SAIP Campaigns Group Chairman and Head of Policy in the Scottish Grocers Federation, said, "Proxy purchasing is not an easy crime to detect. Retailers are essentially the first line of defence. Reducing underage drinking and antisocial behaviour linked to alcohol is one we support and ties in with SGF's position of promoting responsible community retailing. We look forward to continuing to work with our partners on the campaign again this year." The campaign is backed by the Scottish Government. Siobhan Brown, Minister for Victims and Community Safety, said, "I welcome the return of a campaign that successfully illustrates the value of strong collaboration and which helps to deliver shared aims of reducing underage drinking and antisocial behaviour in our communities."
Incentive for lunch. Readers are being encouraged to sign up for this year's big lunch and help make it the biggest and greenest ever. Last year, more than 500 events were held across Scotland, with Eden Project hoping to top that in 2024. As an added incentive, streets, schools, groups and residents who choose to be part of the national celebration in June could also be in with a chance of winning a shopping voucher to get their party started. Simply by signing up at www.edenprojectcommunities.com/the-big-lunch and putting details of your event on the interactive map, you could win one of a £100 to £25 food vouchers up for grabs across Scotland. Winners of the food vouchers will be picked at random from all those registered on the interactive Big Lunch map, but hurry and register your details as the competition closes on Friday, May the 10th.
Shining a light on young food and drink stars. Scotland's budding food and drink stars are being invited to enter NFU's Mutual Inspirational Young Persons Award. Held in partnership with Scotland's Food and Drink, the award is now entering its 6th year and aims to uncover and reward talented 16 to 26-year-olds who work in or study in the food and drink industry. It aims to highlight not only the innovation that young people bring to Scotland's food and drink businesses, but also the important contribution they make to the sector. First, second and third place winners will be awarded cash prizes of £500, £300 and £200 respectively, and will be announced this September. Martin Malone, NFU Mutual Scottish Regional Manager, said, "The importance of young people to Scotland's food and drink sector cannot be overstated. The entries and winners over the past 5 years illustrate just how wide a contribution they make and how valuable they are to business success. As with many industries, the current climate, the food and drink sector has faced some very challenging times, and this year's judging will consider how young people have responded to that. We love shining a light on the wealth of talent we have here in Scotland, and the Inspirational Young Persons Award is the perfect opportunity to do that." Last year, Sophie Mackenzie from West Lothian claimed a top spot following her outstanding dedication to service, standards and excellent feedback from patrons at the Watchman Hotel in Gullin, East Lothian. The 19-year-old took on the role of General Assistant on the hotel's opening in 2021 when she was aged just 18, in her first ever job role. Her work followed that appointment, led her to her promotion to hotel supervisor in March 22. After winning the award, Sophie said, "I feel really proud of myself for achieving this accolade in my first job." The award is open for entries until July the 12th at www.nfumutual.co.uk campaigns. Any individual aged 16 to 26 who owns, works or studies within a food and drink related business can be nominated or enter. Winners will be announced in September.
Family announcements. In Memoriam. Pitcairn, Jim. In loving memory of Jim, died April 28th, 1987. Always in our thoughts, Jim, Margaret, Isabel, David, grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Training bid to improve lung cancer treatment. A pioneering training programme has been launched which aims to significantly improve the speed of diagnosis and treatment of lung cancer patients across Scotland. NHS Scotland Academy will lead the National Bronchoscopy Training Programme to develop state-of-the-art bronchoscopy training for 45 respiratory trainees and trainers. With funding from the Scottish Government's Detect Cancer Earlier programme, it is hoped the scheme will result in improved diagnosis of illnesses, including cancer and accelerated treatment. The programme aims to accomplish this by 2026, using high-fidelity simulation technology providing faster, improved and more focused initial training for doctors. Bronchoscopy is a diagnostic procedure used to look at the lungs and air passages, allowing practitioners to detect diseases such as tuberculosis and lung cancer. Traditionally, bronchoscopy training is carried out using an apprentice-style approach on patients. However, this new method provides faster, safe, hands-on experience and practice using state-of-the-art simulators, providing learners with more opportunities to develop their essential skills. NHS Education for Scotland has funded the simulators, which will enable clinicians to gain experience and competently perform bronchoscopies, reducing discomfort to patients. Dr. Joris van der Horst, Consultant Respiratory Physician and National Training Lead at NHS Scotland Academy, said, "Choosing the right treatment for a patient with lung cancer depends on obtaining accurate diagnosis and staging." NHS Scotland Academy is developing a national bronchoscopy and EBUS training programme to improve the skills of future and current consultants in these procedures, which are key to achieving accurate staging. The programme is based on high-fidelity simulator training that allows trainees to acquire competence in an unhurried and safe environment away from the pressures of clinical service before completing their training in the clinical setting. By upskilling clinicians, we will significantly improve our ability to diagnose and treat lung cancer. The Academy has also begun delivering an advanced programme focusing on endobronchial ultrasound, EBUS, to help upskill trainees and eventually consultants across NHS Scotland. This is a key step towards achieving better outcomes for lung cancer patients, advancing essential media staging and offering an improved standard of care. Health Secretary Neil Gray said, "When it comes to lung cancer, we know that faster diagnosis and treatment can improve outcomes. This new training programme will make a significant difference by investing in our dedicated workforce." Katie Cuthbertson, National Director at the Centre for Sustainable Delivery, added, "We published Scotland's lung cancer diagnostic pathway in November 2022 with a bold aim to diagnose lung cancer patients within 21 days from referral and commence treatment by day 42. This training programme will improve standards of staging the disease and reduce repeat biopsies having to be undertaken."
The Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald's letters page. Let's talk. Date Wednesday the 1st of May 2024. Please send your letters via email to kirkyherald@gnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKYHERALD @JNSCOTLAND.co.uk and write letters in the subject field. Please keep letters to a maximum of 300 words. Letters cannot be published without a name and postal address. Also include a daytime phone number if possible. We reserve the right to edit any letter. Scottish money for Scottish issues. Sir, the SNP First Minister Hamza Yousaf, against his officials' advice, donated £250,000 to a UN agency for Gaza. The following day, his in-laws were allowed to leave Gaza. There is no outcome report for this donation, as it is bundled up with other donations to the UN. The 2023 report on this agency is not available, but in the 2022 report, loans were written off and the auditors noted. However, the board noted the following areas in need of improvement: financial and budget management, assets and inventory management, relief and social services management, human resources management, program and project management, procurement and contract management, and education management. How can we be sure our money was spent as intended? Or should Scottish money be spent addressing urgent Scottish issues? Politicians will not ask the electorate what they would choose. Yours, etc., R. Hunter, by email. Defence spending. Sir, Rishi Sunak has announced an extra £75 billion defence spending over the next 6 years, mentioning an axis of authoritarian states as possible threats. Before anyone starts waving the flag of war, we should remind ourselves what happened when Germany announced an extra €100 billion in defence spending in 2022. Much of that money sat idle for too long, and estimated interest payments rose to €13 billion. On top of that, 17 to 37 billion will go in VAT and inflation, and a sizable minority of the money left for purchasing actual equipment was earmarked to foreign arms companies. I'm sick of living in interesting times. Yours, etc., Jeff Moore, by email. Try harder, sir. There are definite trends in current news. The SNP blame Westminster for everything. Climate target failures and failing education standards are the latest in a long line. Soon, I suspect it will be the ferry fiasco. Next, Scottish Government ministers keep suggesting new taxes to fleece an already hard-pressed population, domestic air travel and road use taxes being the latest. Thirdly, the word desperate creeps into many reposts, as in desperate to keep the Butte House Agreement in place, Humza, and desperate to remain as ministers, the high-earning Patrick Harvey and Lorna Slater. Nowhere is there any good news, suggestions that might boost the hard-pressed Scottish economy, or schemes to make the country a better place to live in. I say this in the face of Scottish Greens co-leader Lorna Slater actually saying that the Greens have achieved more for the people on the planet in the past 32 months than other parties have in decades. My reply: how about actually trying to achieve one thing that society might regard as useful? We do not have a government. We have overseers with personal agendas and grievances. Yours, etc., Ken Curry, by email. More tax, less backs. Sir, I was disappointed to read Professor Pennington's diatribe about funding of university research and NHS funding, April 18th. The professor should stick to his field of expertise and not attempt to write about politics. He tries to blame Thatcherian economic policy on the SNP, so he obviously doesn't read the letters page, otherwise he would have read my explanation of a few weeks ago. Scotland's tax contribution to the UK Treasury increased by 40% over the last 10 years, but the amount of money Scotland gets in return, the block grant, is at its lowest level since devolution. No wonder the NHS and other public services are struggling, more so in England, by the way. Yours, etc., Derek Ball, via email. Worrying thought, sir. I seem to recall, in the distant past when police first started to concentrate on thought crime rather than policing our streets, predicting that it would all end in tears. Now we have a debate going on about whether silent prayer can be intimidating. Firstly, if silent, how can one even tell someone is praying? There are some gestures that can be said to be prayer-related, but may simply be gestures of habit by persons of some faiths. Will it soon be an arrestable crime in Scotland to be openly or overtly Christian, Jewish, Hindu, or other faith group? Yours, etc., E. McNicholas, by email.
Hunt is back on for our Nessie. This year marks the 90th anniversary since the first organised search for Nessie, when Sir Edward Mountain took a team of 20 people who became the Watchers of the Monster. Since then, there have been over 1,156 sightings of the beast on the official Loch Ness Monster Sightings Register. Last year, the newly revamped Loch Ness Centre partnered with Loch Ness Exploration, LNE, an independent and voluntary research team and hundreds of volunteers to search the famous waters. With numerous potential sightings and strange noises heard from the loch's depths, the centre is returning with an even bigger search this year. And it is appealing for budding monster hunters to be involved in the search from Thursday, May 30th to Sunday, June the 2nd. It has also asked scientists and universities to help, along with pioneers of exploration from NASA, to provide equipment and expertise. During the four-day search, visitors can also enjoy a special screening of Loch Ness, They Created a Monster. The new documentary explores the monster hunting frenzy at Loch Ness in the 1970s and 80s with a special Q&A from the director John McClaverty. Other events include a live debate with Alan McKenna from Loch Ness Exploration, Roland Watson, a renowned Loch Ness writer, and eyewitness Richard White. Those wanting to get out of the water can explore the depths with Deep Scan Captain Alistair Matheson, the skipper for the Loch Ness project. monster hunters will have the chance to join Alistair and renowned Alan McKenna from Loch Ness Exploration for an extended excursion. They will experience the thrill of utilising a 60-foot hydrophone to listen for mysterious sounds echoing from the depths of the loch. Paul Nixon, Loch Ness Centre Manager, said, "Last year, we captured the world's attention with one of the biggest ever searches for Nessie, with unexplained noises alongside possible sightings. This year, we are determined to find out more about the elusive Loch Ness Monster. To get involved, visit the lochness.com website."
£30 million paid out to tackle energy costs. People in Scotland received more than £30 million to help them deal with increased energy costs this winter. Official figures show more than 400,000 winter heating payments of £55.05 were issued between November last year and the end of March, and more than 30,000 child winter heating payments of £235.70 were made in the same period. Winter heating payment replaced the UK government's cold weather payment in 2023. Most people received more money on average. Shirley Ann Somerville, Cabinet Secretary for Social Justice, said, "The £30.2 million paid over the course of winter provides support to those who need it most. It is being paid quickly and effectively to help mitigate the worst of the cost of living crisis. Anyone struggling with the cost of living is urged to visit https://costofliving.campaign.gov.scot.
It's good day to you. I'm Philip and I'm going to be reading the church news under the district news of the Kirky Herald. Hope you find it interesting, all the church news and what's happening. First of all, we're going to Kirkintilloch and Home Church, which is on Lammermuir Road, Kirkintilloch. And also they have a sister church in the east end of Glasgow in Carlisle. And they're saying that a church for all ages, and I'm sure it is because I've been there myself. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honourable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about these things that are excellent and worthy of praise. And that verse is from Philippians. Sunday, May the 5th at 9:30 and 11:30, there's worship service with a communion followed by refreshments. A warm welcome awaits you at either church service, which will be identical. Home Church Carlisle is the same at 10 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Tuesdays, we have the engine room, a teaching session at 9:30 for biblical teaching, and Bible study on Zoom at 2:30. Wednesdays, now called the boiler room, in church at 7:15, except the last Wednesday in the month, which will be a prayer meeting. The youth group meets Fridays at 7:30. Home radio is also available every day. And if you check out Home Radio, a great Christian radio station, and if you want to hear my dulcet tones, I'm on Monday nights between 8 and 9. So check out Home Church Facebook, Instagram and their website for all the latest information for Carlisle and Kirkintilloch. And we're staying in Kirkintilloch and going to the Regent Hall in Regent Street. There will be a friendship tea service at 4 p.m. The speaker will be Andy McElree from Kilmacombe. Refreshments will be served after the service. A warm welcome is to everyone who's able to join them. Every Wednesday they have their coffee corner, which is open from 12 noon till 2 p.m. for home baking and coffee. Hopefully they'll serve tea because I don't like coffee. Join our friends and neighbours for a chat over a coffee or a tea or a juice or water. For up-to-date and further information on their services, visit their website, allthews.regenthall.org. The Bible says, "This is the testimony God has given us, eternal life, and this life is in his Son. Whoever has the Son has life, and whoever does not have the Son does not have life." And that's in 1 John. Now we're moving to Bishopbriggs, to St James Church in Hilton Road, where the minister there is Paul Watson. There's a communion service on Thursday, May the 2nd at 11 a.m. and on Sunday, May the 5th at 9 a.m. in the chapel and at 10:30 a.m. in the church with hymns, pre-service prayers from 10 a.m. to 10:15, and on May the 5th in the chapel there will be a time to commit to the service of God and to pray for the needs of the community. Everyone is welcome to come along to any of these services. Do stay on for coffee and tea and fellowship afterwards. And there are also other virtual services and groups. For up-to-date information, we refer you to their social media. Facebook is St James the Less Bishopbriggs. Website is all the W's again, stjamesbishopbriggs.org.uk. And now we're moving to Torrance Church. The morning service in person at 10:30 a.m. conducted by the Reverend Stuart Irvin. During the service, the youngsters meet together in creche, junior church and frog, which I think is a youth event, to join the service online. Click Torrance Parish Church. And there you go, online church, yes that is. And the cafe is open every Wednesday, 9 a.m. to noon, for teas and coffee and delicious home baking. Why not come and taste for yourself? The Boys Brigade meet on Thursdays at 7 p.m. to 9, P7 to S6. To find out about regular activities each week, check out their website in their What's On section. And their website is fairly straightforward, www.tpc.org.uk. Yeah, I love that website. And now we're moving to Milton. I can't say everyone enjoyed the sacrament of baptism and profession of faith last Sunday. Kerry Henrich, Isla and Callum were warmly and joyfully welcomed into their church family. Callum and the others, it's great that you've joined the church and been baptised. And then there's the Connect Cafe, which is on Tuesday mornings. Time to Pray is on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. The BB is on Friday at 6:15 p.m. Preparations are now being made for the SU camp at Gowan Bank. During the first week of school holidays and Go Mad, which is entitled this year Umparlarity. Sounds like a lot of fun for young people, beginning on July the 28th. Can you help with prayer, accommodation, finance, hands-on? Before that, there will be a Go Mad extra entitled Frutarama. They certainly come up with the names at Milton Church. Good old Julie, the minister there, does a great job. And then on Sunday, June the 9th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m, job form for registration will be available shortly. The minister, Julie, along with her 2 kids, are taking part in a Swimathon 2024, raising funds for cancer research, UK and Marie Curie, between April the 19th and May the 5th. They hope to swim 500 lengths and raise £500. Wow, I think I'll be pretty tired after one length, now I mean 500. They've already clocked up a lot of lengths and sponsorship. It's now well over £1,000. Wow. Our congregation and Team Go Mad are joining the Kingdom Come, a global wave of prayer from May the 9th to the 19th, which is Ascension to Pentecost, as well as praying the Lord's Prayer every day. We will have a labyrinth set up on the grass at the church car park between May the 12th and 19th. Please come and walk the Lord's Prayer. It's available and free all day, every day. And maybe try and pop along to that if I get a chance. And then we're moving to Bishopbriggs, Colston Well Park. I take it that's in Bishopbriggs if I'm wrong. It's open to all, and so this Sunday, feel free to join us for worship at 11 a.m. Whether it be for a one-off or you're interested in a change, a warm welcome will be guaranteed. Tea and coffee and conversations available. After the service, this Monday, the Art Club continues from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And if you're interested in joining, pop in for a coffee or a tea and give Ramsey a call for a friendly chat. This Wednesday, the Colston Tea Break, our community drop-in, continues from 11 till 12 p.m. And anyone who enjoys good food, good conversation and good company, yes, will be made very welcome. Oh, and don't forget, it's free. And then we move to Springfield Cambridge Church. Morning worship on Sunday the 5th will be conducted by Ian Taylor, the minister, in the sanctuary. Tea and coffee will be served in the Cameron Hall after the worship service. Come and enjoy the fellowship. No collection is taken during the service, so donations can be made by placing them in the offering plates in the Hall of Fellowship as you enter or leave the building. The Sunday School meets in Room 2, where creche facilities are also available. Morning worship is also being live streamed on the Springfield Cambridge Church YouTube channel. A link to this can be found on the Springfield Cambridge Church website. Yes, all the W's, springfieldcambridge.org.uk and on Facebook page, where up-to-date information about events and church organisations can also be found. There will be a vestry hour on Wednesday, May the 1st from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. For anyone who would like to speak with the minister, there will be a short service of worship in the Springfield Chapel on Wednesday, May the 1st from 11:10 to 11:30, followed by tea, coffee in the Hall of Fellowship. The Guild is inviting the congregation to join them in supporting the East Dunbartonshire Food Bank warehouse by bringing donations and leaving them in the cupboard in the cloakroom. A list is attached to the cupboard identifying specific items requested. And then we move to Kirkintilloch, St Mary's Parish Church. The service on Sunday, May the 5th will begin at 11 a.m. and be taken by the Reverend Dr. Ruth Morrison. There will be age-appropriate activities for young people in the halls during the service. And on Wednesday, May the 1st, we have our monthly open door event. The church is open from 10:30 to 3:30 p.m. Tea, coffee, biscuits also will all be available all day. Yeah, plenty of time to pop along there. And from 12:30 to 1 p.m, there will be an organ recital by the organist, David Burns. Please feel free to bring your lunch to eat while you listen to the music. Wednesday, welcome will also take place from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. with tea, coffee and home baking will be available. There will be a short service taken by the Reverend Ruth Morrison beginning at 11:30 a.m. On Sunday, May the 12th, we will be holding our annual strawberry lunch after the service. Tickets. Yeah, tea for tickets are now on sale. The tickets cost £1 plus a donation on the day. And check that out, that's St Mary's Church. And then we're moving to Kenmure Parish Church. And the first Sunday in May sees a start of a series of special services for young people. The First Sunday Club, that, as the name suggests, will be on the first Sunday. Good idea. Of each month, the First Sunday Club will be at 11 a.m. and will be led by Susan Anderson. Everyone young and young at heart are welcome to join us, both in church and on our YouTube channel. Note, in order to preserve their privacy, children will not be shown on the YouTube stream. Good idea. And the service on the YouTube can be watched live as it is streamed or later at a time that suits you. You can also find their channel by simply searching Kenmure Bishopbriggs on YouTube. Teas, coffees and a time of fellowship follows the end of the church service. The most up-to-date details of all groups that are currently running may be found in their What's On section of their website. And again, it's www.kenmure-church.co.uk. And you can also find them on Facebook. Just search for Kenmure Parish Church. And if you'd like to join their WhatsApp group or receive the Bible studies from ABC, then email them at kenmurechurch@icloud.com. And then we move to Lenzie. Lenzie Old Parish Church Sunday worship begins at 11 a.m. A crest is available for children under 3. Time out on Monday, 7:45 in the church hall. A social evening for ladies. The quilt and craft group meet every Wednesday, 10 a.m. to noon in the session room. Scottish country dancing is on every Thursday, 7:15 till 9:30 p.m. Come along for fun, fitness and friendship. Oh, I like these alliterations. I'm going to say that one again. Fun, fitness and friendship. You'll be made very welcome. Thursday Club is on May the 9th from 2 to 4 p.m. in the church hall. Teas, coffees, games, knit and chat. Come and Sing is Tuesday, May the 14th from 1:15 p.m. till 2:45 p.m. The dementia-friendly singing group meets in the church hall. A warm welcome awaits all. And of course a cuppa with some delicious home baking. Please feel free to come and sing. And then to Lenzie Union Church, led by Dan Carmichael. A creche is provided for babies and toddlers. Young people are also welcome to the Lighthouse, which is the Sunday school, and Bible class, which is the kind of youth part of the church. A live stream of the service is available on YouTube via our website. The meeting place opens for tea and coffee and home baking every Wednesday from 10 till noon in the new hall. Everyone from young to the young at heart is welcome to attend. And there's a youth cafe Thursdays from 3:45 to 5 p.m. A place where young people can hang out, relax and have a good time. After a long day at school each week, there is a free snack. Okay, tell your young people to pop along there after school and you get a free snack with lots of different things to do, such as games, consoles, table tennis, arts and crafts, board games and more. The Coffee Pot, the other cafe that the church runs, is open on a Friday, 10 till noon, in the new hall for teas, coffee and chat. Messy Church is on Saturday, May the 11th from 4 to 5 p.m. in the new hall. Everyone is welcome to come along to a fun-filled hour, challenges, crafts and experiments. And I can encourage you to go to that one because I've heard good good reviews about that at Lenzie Union Church. And then we move to Cawdor. That's in Bishopbriggs, beside the canal. For full details, please see their website, www.cawdorchurch.org. We look forward to welcoming you this coming Sunday to our morning service. The service will be led by the Reverend John McGregor and our probationary minister, Chris Gordon. Music will be led by Javier. So, Cawdor kids are meet in the creche, meet at the church. Sorry, kids don't meet at the creche. They arrive at the creche, which meets in the church, and a time at the start of the service, and then go to the North Hall. All are welcome. The services are videoed and recorded, and they're available from the church website. Tea and coffee are served after the service. The food bank, if you wish to donate to the local food bank, you can bring your donations of food to the church or the coffee shop. Early fellowship meets in person in the South Hall Chapel at 9:30 on Tuesday and Thursday, and also on Zoom. The Men's Club will be visiting the Bowness and Kinneil Railway on Tuesday, May the 7th. The outing will include a return journey expected to be by steam train. Whoa, I think I would love to do that if I was available. To manual a visit to the Railway Museum, get my tongue in gear, Railway Museum, and lunch at a nearby venue. And if anyone is interested, please contact David Moore or Colin Kirkwood for information. Play meets on Tuesday and Thursdays in the new hall from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Cawdor, I keep calling it Cawdor, but I'm sure it's called Cawdor. Cawdor Chat and Play meets on Saturday, May the 4th, from 10 a.m. to noon. A fun time for all the families to come along together, chat and play in Cawdor South Hall. Their Boys Brigade meets on Monday and Friday. Girls Brigade meet on Tuesday. Details on the website. Cawdor Coffee Shop is open on a Tuesday to Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and on a Friday 10 till noon, and you'll be made very welcome. These are all the church news from the Kirky Herald. I'd like to add other churches in the area who are not in the newspaper, like the Wood Hill Evangelical Church, which I pop along to, is a great church, a great family church, and everyone's made more welcome. And if you want to step out of East Dunbartonshire, then to Kilsyth, the Church of God there in Kilsyth. I was there yesterday, and that's a great church, great teaching and great fellowship, and they've lots of amenities there. So that's some of the churches. So if you've got a comment about a church and that you go to or associated with, or you'd like to know more about, then drop us a line to Q and Review, and I'll read it out next week. And I'll be here, and hopefully you'll be here. My name's Philip, and it's great to share the church news with you. I pray that God will bless you as you have a good week at home or whatever you're up to this week and this weekend. God bless you. Take care. Bye.
Wednesday the 1st of May, District News, General. Holyrood View, Greens want more protection for tenants, by Ross Greer, MSP. Everyone deserves the safety and security of a roof over their head and a warm bed at night. Unfortunately, for many of those renting in Scotland, that is a reality. A cornerstone of the Boot House Agreement, the cooperation deal which brought the Scottish Greens into the Scottish Government, is our party's proposed new deal for Scotland's tenants. After much consultation and in some emergency interim measures, the bill to put those proposals into law has now been published by our co-leader and Minister for Tenants' Rights, Patrick Harvey. Through this bill, we will deliver a system of strong rent controls across Scotland, building on the success of the emergency rent freeze and cap delivered by the Scottish Greens at the height of the cost of living crisis. This will tackle the outrageous increases in private rents, like the 35% increase we've seen in Renfrewshire and Inverclyde since 2010. On top of rising rents, the ever-present threat of eviction is a source of huge anxiety to many tenants. Our new law delivers more protection from evictions. This builds on the success of the temporary eviction protections delivered by the Scottish Greens in 2022, which have decreased tenants' homelessness. Homeowners take for granted the ability to keep pets and decorate however they want, but for many tenants this isn't a reality. So we're creating new rights for tenants to decorate and keep pets, and more flexibility to exit joint tenancies and other improvements. For too long the system has been stacked in favour of landlords and against tenants, leading to a huge amount of exploitation. Greens politics is all about rebalancing power in society in favour of the many, not the few. That's exactly what this bill does. It also includes other measures to tackle homelessness, such as by introducing new duties on public bodies to minimise its root causes. It extends the period in which a household can be considered at risk of homelessness from 2 to 6 months. It will be much easier for councils and other public sector bodies to support these households long before they reach the crisis point of imminent homelessness. The requirement for public authorities to act when tenants are experiencing domestic abuse will be strengthened, and the vulnerable are better protected in their own homes. And that was a Holyrood View by Ross Greer MSP.
Pupils spring clean litter pick. The Eco Committee at Thomasmuir Primary School took part in Keep Scotland Beautiful's Spring Clean 2024 on Tuesday, April the 16th. Along with Lynn Armour from Better Briggs, teachers and grandparent helpers, the 21 pupils collected 11 bags of litter from the back of Woodhill shops, down Woodhill Road, along to Angus Avenue Play Park and back to the school. They were great ambassadors for the school who worked hard and did their bit to keep Scotland beautiful. Pupils chose the areas of their community that they wanted to litter pick beforehand, which they felt were worst affected. The teacher responsible for the Eco Committee then created a litter picking map. Keeping Kirkintilloch litter free. Kirkintilloch Rotary Club took up the challenge on Saturday last at Barley Bank. Equipped with new litter picks, kindly donated by Councillor Susan Murray, and with bags, boots and gloves, the club covered a stretch on either side of the canal from Hillhead Basin to the Marina Bridge. A huge pile of assorted litter was gathered from plastic bags, bits of wire and assorted metal and various other litter. They were amazed at what people had thrown along the canal path and in the water. The ducks and swans are living in this shocking plastic litter. Though they tried, the club members couldn't access a lot of this awful stuff, as most of it was in the water just out of reach of the side.
Planning notices. East Dunbartonshire Council public notices. The East Dunbartonshire Council, Springfield Square, Bishopbriggs, temporary closure, Order 2024. On the 30th of April 2024, the East Dunbartonshire Council made the above named order under Section 14(1) of the Road Traffic Regulation Act 1984 as amended, which makes it unlawful for any person to drive or cause or permit to be driven any motor vehicle with the exception of emergency service vehicles, vehicles engaged in the works, and those vehicles requiring access to properties adjacent to the closed section of road when it is safe and practical to do so, on Springfield Square, Bishopbriggs, between its junctions with Callyburn Road and its termination at the existing Turning Head facility, by reasons of works being executed on or near this road. This order will operate from 8 a.m. on Sunday the 12th of May until 6 p.m. on Sunday the 19th of May, 2024. Alternative route. The alternative routes will be way of Callyburn Road, Springfield Road, Muir Street, Emerson Road West, Lee Crescent, Crow Hill Road, the B812 Auchnairn Road and Beach Road, and these routes will be signposted. Karen Donnelly, Chief Solicitor and Monitoring Officer, Legal and Regulatory Services, East Dunbartonshire Council Headquarters, 12 Strathkelvin Place, Kirkintilloch, G66 1TJ. Civic Government (Scotland Act 1982). Application for renewal of second-hand vehicle dealer licence. The undernoted has applied for the renewal of a second-hand vehicle dealer licence in terms of the above Act. Name and address of applicant. Evans Halshaw Limited, TA, Evans Halshaw Ford, Loxley House, 2 Oakwood Court, Little Oak Drive, Nottingham, NG150DR. Premises: Evans Halshaw, Kelvin Valley Works, Kilsyth Road, Kirkintilloch, G66 1TA. Day-to-day Manager: Gordon Naismith, 72 Earl Spark Avenue, Glasgow, G43 2HE. Hours: Monday to Sunday, 8 AM until 6 PM. Any objections or representations in terms of paragraph 3 brackets 1 of Schedule 1 of the Act should be logged with the undernoted no later than 28 days from the publication date of the newspaper in which this advertisement appears. Chief Solicitor and Monitoring Officer, Legal and Regulatory Services, East Dunbartonshire Council, 12 Strathkelvin Place, Kirkintilloch, G66 1TJ. Members' Surgeries. Councillors' Arrangements for Interviewing Residents. Ward 7, Kirkintilloch East and North and Twecker, Councillor Stuart MacDonald. 8th of May 2024, The Hub, William Patrick Library, Room 1, 5:30 PM until 6 PM. 8th of May 2024, Hearstains Huts, 6:15 PM to 6:45 PM. Between surgeries, councillors can be contacted at the Members Support Unit on 0300 1234 Planning Applications. Format: Application number followed by address/location, followed by proposal, followed by type of advert, followed by period of reps. TP/ED/24/0232 to Salisgirth House, Langmuir Road, Kirkintilloch, East Dunbartonshire, G66 3XN. Installation of 2 new wall boxes and removal of redundant equipment. Regulation 5, listed building, consent 21 days. If you're unable to view the plans on the Council's website, then please contact the Planning Duty Officer to arrange a suitable time to view the plans in our offices. Written comments may be made within the above period to the Council through the Council's website or to the above address. Any representations will be treated as public documents and made available for inspection by interested parties and may also be published on the Council's website. Aiming to be World Champ. This article was written by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Muay Thai boxer Jenna Ross from Kirkintilloch admits she has been pinching herself as she gets set to compete for a world title this month. Ross has been involved in the sport for a decade and is currently ranked number 1 in the UK at 50.8 kilograms and number 6 in the world WBC rankings. Ross will main event Power of Scotland's event at the Lagoon Leisure Centre in Paisley on Saturday, May 11th, as she challenges for the vacant WBC World Flyweight title. She meets Alina Peraguni from Switzerland, who is a number 4 in the WBC World Rankings and currently their international champion. Ross, who now lives in Irvine, said, "Fighting for a world title has been something I have envisioned since I started fighting 10 years ago, and it gives me huge amounts of gratitude that it is now finally happening. Since the match-up, I have been pinching myself every day because I truly can't believe it is happening. But I deserve to be where I am now. I have fought some of the best names in the UK and Europe, and now I get to keep proving why I am the best at my weight. My final career aspiration is to go down as one of the best female fighters to ever do it. I am very much overwhelmed with excitement for my next fight and hope to see everyone there. Ross is also the patron for Personal Safety for Females courses at the Scottish Centre for Personal Safety. She said, "I've always been someone who likes to help people, and I will continually choose to put someone else first over myself. The promotion of combat sports allows me to do this, and I can teach people and inspire them to get involved. It is amazing to witness firsthand the change in people from when they first join. They genuinely start to evolve and grow as a person. You can book tickets via Jenna's Instagram or Facebook account @Jenna Ross, all one word, _MT, or request tickets from SCPS on 07900 950 599. That article was written by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Rossville women claim a league and cup double. This article was written by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Rossville women secured the championship title on Sunday with a 3-1 win away to Inverness Cally Thistle. The ladies headed north a week after winning the championship and League One Cup, looking to do the double. Rossville only needed a point on the final day to ensure they would be playing SWPL2 football next season. The nerves were settled early as Sarah McLeod gave Rossville the lead after just 7 minutes. Megan Whiteford doubled their advantage after 32 minutes and made it 3-0 4 minutes before half-time. Inverness would pull one back in the second half, but Rossville comfortably held on to celebrate being crowned champions. Kirkintilloch Rob Roy slipped to second bottom in the WOS Premier Division with a 2-2 draw at home to already regulated Irvine Meadow. It is a busy week as they fight for survival. Rob Roy hosted Auchinleck Talbot on Monday and then are at home to Darvel tonight, Wednesday, before heading to Glen Afton Athletic on Saturday. Ashfield are up to second in the First Division as they won 3-2 away to Kilbirnie Ladeside in the midweek and then 3-0 at home to Kilwinning Rangers on Saturday. Petershill are now fifth after losing 2-0 at home to Shotts Bon Accord on Saturday, with all the teams above them having games in hand. Ashville travel to Blantyre Victoria tonight, Wednesday, and then Thornywood United on Saturday, while Petershill have a free weekend. Caledonian Locomotives and Glasgow Pershore were both idle at the weekend in the second division as their rivals picked up points. Callie's promotion hopes rest on a trip to champions-elect Ardrossan Winton Rovers on Saturday, while Shire look to get out of the relegation zone at home to Wishaw. West Park United's regulation from the third division was confirmed with a 5-0 defeat at home to Lanark United, and next travel to Les Mahago Juniors on Saturday. Rossville also had no game and find themselves 1 point outside the 4th Division promotion spot with 2 games to play as they head to BSC Glasgow on Saturday. Glasgow City return to action in the SWPL1 as they travel to Celtic tonight, Wednesday, and then host Hibs on Saturday. That article was written by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Tigers grab the lead in the first leg. This article was written by Phil Lanning and read by me, Corey. Glasgow Tigers boss Cammy Brown hailed a gutsy performance after the 51-39 win over Oxford Cheetahs in the Knockout Cup quarter-final, first leg at Ashfield on Friday. Oxford led in the early stages and Glasgow lost Ace Pidgeper after a nasty crash with a suspected broken wrist. But hero reserve Jack Smith came in with a paid 12 points to help Tigers build up a first leg lead. Brown said, "It was looking difficult early on when we lost Ace, but Jack was sensational and all the boys stepped up to put Oxford under pressure. They are a very good side, but we managed to deliver something to defend at their place." To be honest, I never seen Jack ride that well. He was the match winner, and James Pearson also produced 2 brilliant 5-1s as well, and Leon Flint was excellent. It was a really gutsy performance. It's only half-time, and they are seriously good at Cowley, but we've given ourselves a chance. Paul Starkey contributed 5 points to the final total, but admits it is taking time to shake off the rust. He said, "I feel like I'm getting there, and getting back to where I should be. I still feel rusty, and there's improvements to be made now. I feel at home again, and I'm enjoying it again. That's the main thing. I want to win, and I think this year will be a good one for me." Tigers travel to Oxford for the second leg tonight, Wednesday, and then it is the championship opener at home to Workington Comets on Friday. That article was written by Phil Lanning and read by me, Corey.
That concludes this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast. Please remember to subscribe to our channels, rate and review, and to tell your friends about our service.